You paid for oil this week, maybe at the pump, maybe hidden in the price of everything you bought. And no matter where you live on this planet, you paid for it in US dollars. You just didn't see it. Ryan here just did it. His fuel came from the Middle East, refined in Europe. No American touched it, yet he paid in dollars. Why? Because there's a system quietly shaping the price of everything around you, and almost nobody knows how it works. It's not the banking system, it's not the stock market, it's not even the Fed, it's the petrodollar. For over 50 years, it's been quietly running the world's money. One number proves it. By the end of this video, you'll know how this system was built, why the story you've heard about it is wrong, and what it quietly costs you every month. Sounds like a conspiracy theory? It isn't. The truth is stranger. Let me earn it. To understand why, start here. Oil obviously powers our cars, planes, and ships. But oil is also in your phone, your clothes, your medicine, even the fertilizer that grows your food. Take oil away, and the modern world stops. Completely. Within days. Now here's the problem. Some countries are swimming in oil. Saudi Arabia sits on mountains of it. Others have almost none. Japan runs the world's third largest economy, on nearly zero oil. So every single day, countries trade oil, around 100 million barrels, the biggest market on Earth, and a market that big needs one common currency, just one. So here's the trillion-dollar question: how did the dollar get that job? The answer starts in 1944. World War II is ending. Europe is in ruins. Asia is in ruins. One economy comes out untouched: intact factories, intact banks, and most of the world's gold. So in a hotel in New Hampshire, 44 nations make a deal. Every currency ties itself to the dollar, and the dollar ties itself to gold. The price is fixed, $35 for 1 ounce of gold. For 27 years, it works, but America keeps printing dollars, for wars, for spending. Soon there are far more dollars than gold to back them. So on Sunday, August 15th, 1971, President Nixon goes on television and cuts the link between the dollar and gold. The entire system gone. From that night on, the dollar is backed by nothing physical, including the bills in your pocket right now. So why didn't it just collapse? 2 years later, war breaks out in the Middle East, and the Arab oil producers make a move. They cut oil shipments to the West completely. The price of oil quadruples in months. Gas stations run dry. Drivers wait in lines for hours. Inflation explodes across the West. The world discovers its addiction. And overnight, the oil producers become the richest players on Earth, sitting on more money than they know what to do with. Which brings us to June 8th, 1974. Washington and Riyadh strike a partnership. Saudi oil flows priced in dollars, and in return, America provides protection, technology, and investment. And this is real. Here's the actual US government report on that partnership. But notice, the real agreement was messier than the legend. Hold that thought. The other producers follow, and just like that, the world's most important commodity runs on one currency. The petrodollar system is born. Remember the question? Why didn't the dollar collapse? Here's the answer. The dollar lost its gold and replaced it with something better: mandatory demand from the entire planet. Every central bank on Earth now stockpiles dollars. Economists call it the world's reserve currency. But now, here's the big idea. If every country needs oil, and all oil is priced in dollars, then every country on Earth needs dollars, whether it likes America or not. Let's prove it. Remember Japan? Zero oil. To buy oil, Japan must first buy dollars. Second, keep dollar reserves ready. Third, hold American assets. Step after step after step. And every importing nation on Earth does the exact same thing. Think of the dollar as a highway. Other currencies are small country roads. But world trade, almost all of it drives on this one highway. And whether he knows it or not, Ryan drives on it too. Here's the proof. In Europe, 80% of imported oil is paid in dollars. Oil that doesn't even come from America. Everything that follows, the power, the sanctions, the money in your pocket, is this one rule at planetary scale. So what does America get out of this? Three things. One, the dollar stays strong, permanently, because when the whole planet must buy your currency, it simply cannot crash. Two, America borrows cheaper than anyone on Earth. Here's why. All those dollars piling up around the world need a safe place to sleep, and they all flow to the same lake: US government bonds. So America runs the biggest debt in human history and pays some of the lowest rates on Earth. Economists call it the exorbitant privilege. And 3, the most powerful one. Remember the highway. America doesn't just drive on this highway. America owns the toll booths, every single one of them. And in 2022, the world watched what that means. Western powers froze roughly half of Russia's foreign reserves, half a country's savings, locked, not by tanks, by the road owner. Today, $14.3 trillion of loans exist outside America, in dollars. When the Fed moves, the planet moves. But wait, all those dollars piling up in oil countries, where do they actually go? Where does all that oil money go? Not where you think. Oil countries don't just sit on piles of cash. They invest it. They buy US bonds, American companies, real estate. The money flows straight back into the lake. This is called petrodollar recycling. So, watch the loop. 1. The world buys oil in dollars. 2. Producers collect those dollars. 3. They reinvest them in America. 4. The dollar gets stronger. And remember Ryan's 20 bucks at the gas station? Follow it. It travels this exact loop and comes back to set the price of his next tank. So, does that mean oil countries secretly own America? You've heard that one. The actual number from the US government itself. At the peak, OPEC held 1.6% of US debt. The loop is real, and it's been spinning for 50 years. Which raises the question everyone asks, why does the rest of the world keep playing along, even America's enemies? Here's the boring answer. Leaving the dollar means rewriting every contract, every insurance, every price on Earth. Replacing the world's currency is like asking the entire planet to switch languages. But now, the big one. Remember the legend, a secret 1974 contract, all oil in dollars forever. Here's what the archives actually show. That magic contract doesn't exist. No single document, no 50-year clause, nothing. And that's the scary part. A secret contract could be torn up tomorrow. A network effect can't. Nobody can. Yes, challengers exist. China's petro-yuan since 2018. The BRICS pushing local currencies. The side road is widening. But look at the actual numbers. Dollar, 56% of world reserves. The yuan, below 2. The IMF's own conclusion. No real shift. Yet. So it's a gradual shift, not a revolution. But here's the last question. What does it mean for your money? So, back to Ryan at the gas station. Now you know why he paid in dollars. Not because of a secret contract, because of something much harder to escape. A system where the whole planet needs the same money. Oil is just the fuel line. That's why, if you don't understand the petrodollar, you don't understand money. Now you do. The people who understand this system aren't smarter than you. They just stopped believing the simple story. But oil is only one road into this system. There's a network, one acronym, that moves all the world's money, and it can cut a country off in a single day. That's the next video. Subscribe so you don't miss it.